Come here. Good morning. Kat says good morning too. It's Friday, October 20, let me check. 29th. Yeah, I want to double check, right? And I'm making sure that everything's good up here. October 29th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the advanced sets this morning, sets 10 through 18. Let's see how far I get. Excuse me. As we work through each of these sets, I also want to pay attention. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. As we work through these sets, we also want to pay attention to something that I called out in Wudang sword practice on Wednesday, and that is paying close attention to what's in mind. What are we thinking about? What's going on? And using the exercise to focus on what we want to cultivate, not on whatever other stuff. I got some other stuff that I'm trying to deal with. And it's a problem. I'm going to say it that way. It's a problem. So as I come to practice, I'm preoccupied. This is crap, and I don't want to deal with it, and a whole long list of things that go with that. All right, and most of us know what those are. All right, I'm not going to focus on the negative right now. I want to focus on how we take that negative and transform it through our practice. I talked about this a little bit with sword practice. We're going to do a little bit more this morning, right now. The idea behind what we're doing is that first we have to acknowledge that there's something going on. That I don't want this, I don't want to deal with it, I have to deal with it, but I don't want to. What can I do about this? So you get preoccupied with that. That begins to take over. For me it does. I got to figure out something. And in addition to, in addition to all the other stuff I figure out something to do with that. It interferes with my practice. How do I make that so it doesn't? Right? That's what we're working on this morning. So we're going to start with a basic stretch, get the body warmed up a little bit, and then I'm going to talk just a little bit more about this idea of how we're going to transform this that we don't want, that you're preoccupied with, into I want to cultivate this over here in my practice. Let's get warmed up a little bit. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand, maybe it'll help clear my throat here. Stand straight. Shoulders down and relaxed. Hand circles to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. And reach out. Over the legs. And roll up. Thank you, Shin. My little cat's name is Shin. She is off camera, and she's being a very good girl. So I told her thank you one more time. Yeah, no, I did. That wasn't an invitation. That was a thank you for being over there. No. And reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Cat returns to off camera. Go ahead. Yeah, over there. That's fine. Gently pushing. Now they cut up. Alright. So this is for me a very welcome distraction. I'm paying attention to something creature that I enjoy very much, and it creates for me something other than all this negative stuff that I have to think about. Okay? During practice, that's what I want. Something positive, right? I do not want to cultivate all this negative stuff. I don't. I don't want it to impact my practice at all. I would like it to be non-existent, but it's not. I'm going to change it right now for the time that I'm practicing into something that is more aligned with what I want to cultivate. All right, now, how to do that. I get preoccupied with negative things that I have to deal with. If it's negative, I don't have to deal with it. I don't want to think about it. I'll think about something else. I'm going to think about something else. What would I like to think about? I like plants. I don't have, well, I have quite a few actually in here. You can see one over here. The other ones you can't see so much, they're not in the frame. I have plants throughout my environment. I like plants. I like to cultivate plants. What does it take to cultivate plants? You have to look at the plant, you have to put it in the right light. You need to water it and feed it. Alright? Put it in the right light. I have this negative thing over here and I shine a bright light on it. And what happens? I can see clearly what it is, where it's coming from, and I can see that I do not want to contribute anything to its growth. Not feeding it. Nothing. Okay? I want my plant to grow. I'm going to put it in a bright light. I'm going to give it water. I'm going to feed it. I want this stuff to go away. I don't want it to exist anymore. I'm not going to feed it. Okay? So as I focus on that, so, well, all right, this is a negative thing. Where is there anything positive that can come from that? My ability to neutralize it. If all of this doesn't exist, this is today's lesson, all of this does not exist, then I will never have to learn how to neutralize it. I'm telling you, I'm getting real good at it. I am getting real good at it. It's a skill. That transformation is a skill. And the advantage to be gained, the light in which I see this is an advantage. I can change that, the way that I look at it. And as an advantage to me, how do I gain advantage from this? I develop the skill to internally, I may not be able to externally transform it, but internally, I transform it into something that I want to cultivate. Calmness, harmony, not being preoccupied with BS. Opening the mind, paying attention to right now, this current moment, and that what I want to cultivate inside me is that sense of peace and harmony and calmness and balance. As I've talked through the goal, I've actually implemented part of it so that transformation from being preoccupied with what I don't want to focusing on what I do want has already begun. Wudang Qigong. With all of this in mind, shaking the tail feathers. Right? We're here. Turn. Use the waist. Come back to center. As we move through, pay attention to the physical movement. Pay attention to the dynamic of the movement. We're going to slow, not fast, but pay attention to how the waist turns and creates a greater extent of movement than without turning the waist. Open the hip, make sure the knees are bent just a little bit. Feet about shoulder width apart, chin straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Sink. Open the back. Press down. And come through. Open. Press down. Focus on exactly what you're doing right now. There's nothing else that matters. The only thing that matters is exactly what you're doing right now. This minute. Not the next minute, not the next second, right now. All the details. There's a lot of details to pay attention to. Open the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Align the body through the center as you turn. Don't lean. Turn through the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Whole leg turns. Two more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time. Circle. And down. Turn. And press down. And turn. Come center. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. Alright. As we practice, paying attention. I'm pretty much paying attention to everything that I want to pay attention to right now. So I'm going to call that out. This is the goal. This is what we want. To be able to put whatever else it is away, throw it away, do something else with it. I want to practice what I'm going to practice. And I want to practice something positive. I want to generate that positive energy that comes from trying to do better, paying attention to how I think about, because how you think about things matters, how I think about what I'm doing. So we're going to do this White 8% of fruit. As we pay attention to drawing the energy through the body and extending, bringing it back, think about this idea that we're also getting rid of, as we exhale, right? We're also getting rid of whatever negativity, whatever that negative, hey, sorry, but I don't want this. It's offering a fruit. It should be a nice fruit, but this is not so much nice. This is, hey, I don't want this. All right, this morning, I don't want this here. And as we bring it back, the focus on this is what I want. This is one of the peaches of heaven that are going to give me that calmness, that balance, and that sense of nurturing that I really want to cultivate. One time, right? So I'm going to shift, extend, come back, center, shift. We're not going to stop again. Switch to go to the other side. Okay? Relax through the upper back. Relax through the center back especially. The jaji here, keep that open as you extend. So the back should be just slightly rounded so that the full spine is open. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth and breathe in. Palms up and breathe out. Press down. Shift to the right. Extend. I really don't want this, thanks. Oh, something fresh, something new, something that I do want. Thank you so much. Nope, don't want this either. Oh, but this is something that I'd like to have. No, still don't want this. But this I do. Now, this is some rotten stuff here. Oh, this is a nice fresh. No, don't want it. Sorry. This is a nice fresh apple. Yeah, no, I don't want this either. No. Oh, a nice fresh pear. I like that. Yeah, still don't want this. Oh, a bunch of grapes. They're fresh. Just picked. No, not this. These are some stinky old things. Oh, apricots. I like apricots. Yeah, whatever this is, I don't recognize it. I don't want it. But this is great. This is some nice, fresh green apple, just sliced. And, oh no, this is some nasty stuff, but this is pretty. Oh, look, those are cherries. Sweet cherries. Last time, ugly. Bring it back. Beauty. Ugly. And bring it back. And it's beauty. Breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is not normal type practice. Okay? It's not. What we just did, it's not something I would normally do. It's important for today's lesson. It's an important component. It's an important part of the thought process that goes with our practice. Normally, I really don't want to deal with this kind of stuff, but normally, I would start my own practice, earlier. I tried that this morning, didn't work. So that there's none of this issue of all of this negative stuff that keeps dragging me down that I have to deal with somehow. I try and get rid of that before I start. Like, create a window where I'm not going to pay attention to it. That wasn't possible this morning. It's not been possible for the last couple of days. So, advanced practice, here we are. This is a component. Being able to address the mental, emotional, there's the heart aspect of practice. Where's my heart? In sports, we have this idea that he or she may be running and playing with heart. So they are giving everything they have to what they're doing. Right? This idea is part of our practice as well. And when the heart is not still, it's difficult to still the mind. It's difficult to still the spirit. This is part of our practice. In trying to still the heart, what happens? What can we do to actively cultivate the ability to do that, to still the heart, to create that sense of peacefulness and calmness within ourselves? Part of it through breathing, part of it through focus on the practice itself. And I've talked about this extensively. There's quite a bit of practice that goes into all of these sets, from the physical body practice to the internal practice, circulating the chi, etc., etc. So Paying attention to all of that along with quieting the mind, relaxing the breath, opening the body, and cultivating the spirit and the energy that we want to cultivate. Take some effort. Red Phoenix flies into the sun. I'm going to try. Let's see what happens. Alright, and down. Come around up on the other side. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Alright, my ankles and my feet are not doing real great today, but I'm going to work on it. That side, left side's better today for some reason. Alright, so as we pay attention to changing from one side to another, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Pay also attention to raising, thinking. You think about, okay, in your mind, think about raising the body as we go up. Not so much raising the heels, because we don't raise the heels in this. Raising the body, lift, and extend in both directions, up and out. Right? This one goes out, this one goes up. Extend in both directions. Bring the foot up close to the knee. Suspend. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Palms up. Breathe in. Press down. Breathe out. Circle. Arms crossed in front. Hold the fist. Left hand to the inside. Left hand goes up. Right hand goes out. Sink. Right hand turn to the inside. Right hand goes up. Left hand goes out. Come down. And left to the inside. Keep the back straight as you go up. Lift through the torso. Straighten the leg. Bring the other knee up. And yes, you are thinking about bringing the knee up. Keep the toes pointed. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Relax through the upper back. Hold the center. Qigong. Last time. Come to center. Palms up. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alright, I'm going to get a sip of coffee and I'm going to talk about something here for a second, and then we're going to keep on practicing for a bit. Just now, as I was practicing, thought occurred to me that's related to one of the characters in a story that I'm writing. I enjoy writing very much, and I'm really enjoying this story. And as we're practicing, I was reminded of, just now, I was reminded of something that I was thinking about earlier this morning for this one particular character. I went from this, get rid of this, to I like this, I'm playing, this is good, I can think about this is fine. That transformation is part of, not all of, but is part of what we want in our practice. And I couldn't be happier that just happened. I wasn't trying for it, I was trying to relax. And there's an idea that we have that says when you try and grab something, you're trying to reach for something. It's like reaching for a hollow log on the water. The more you try and grab at it, the more you try and reach for it, the further you push it away. You have to allow it to come. Create the condition. You could sweep your hand under the water so that you create a current that brings it toward you. You have to create the condition that what you want can happen. If I'm tense and nervous over whatever this is, I'm not creating the condition of being calm and relaxed and focused inside that allows me to have that kind of a breakthrough, that kind of a realization, that kind of a, oh wait, I've just moved from that to this and I like this a whole lot better, I'm staying over here. Right? The discipline to keep focused on what you want is also a mental discipline. It's not all of a sudden I can do this. It takes practice, and that's what I was calling out before in the idea that if I didn't have this stuff, I would not have learned the skill to the level that I have. Wouldn't happen. I like lemonade. Come on. Stir the grass to seek the snake. 1, 2, 3, and open. Alright? As we turn here, no, it's smooth, and you can see it really good because I got the light sleeves on today. So, right here, and not, there's no, don't do that. Right? So here, as we come around, so if I'm here, right, turn. As I come out, turn again, turn the waist, turn the waist, turn the waist. That's where my hand stops. Align with the side of my body, just in front, not behind. What happens as I'm turning, so shoulders turn, waist turns, hips turn, knees turn, ankles turn, that gives more of a twist to the movement. Okay? Pay attention to that center line that we're turning around, right? Turn, 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 like this. Everything turns around that center line. We turn one, we come back. As we turn, pay attention to pulling up through the ribs and the hips. Keep this open so that it can move. Okay? Space between the ribs and the hips. That's where we want to turn. Okay? Gently. All right? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Palms up, breathe in. Breathe out, press down. Turn to the left, right hand under, left hand over. Come out, 1, 2, 3, and down. Up. Other side. 1, 2, 3, and down. Nice and easy today. Don't worry about down so much. Turn the waist. Stay straight. Keep the back straight as you sink. Keep the weight over the supporting leg. So you can come back up on it. Use the waist. The energy extends through the hands from the lower dantian. 2 more. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Last time. And breathe out. Pull in. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax. Alright. Dragon and tiger join together. As we change, turn the toe just a little bit so that you have a more stable stance. Keep the toe pointed as you pull the foot in. Extend through the heel. Pull into the knee. Point the toe. The height of the leg depends on you and your balance. I'm going to take it about 45 right now. I'm not working to gain height today. I want to pay attention to this outward extension. And I'm going to pay attention to, I don't want this. And as I pull in, thank you for, right? As I pull in, I think about, thank you, right? I can also consider this idea that I expressed before of out with the bad, in with the good. This is something that I want. This is a peacefulness within that I want to cultivate. I want to get rid of the annoyance. I want to get rid of the disturbance. I want to cultivate the quiet. Keep the body quiet. Make the movement full. Pay attention to this idea of cultivating in the mind what you want. Not what you don't want, what you want. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Right, back up just a little bit. Breathe in. And breathe out. Turn your toes just a little bit. Extend. Pull in and center. Turn the toes. Breathe in. Breathe out, extend. Pull in and center. Turn the toes back to straight. Turn left. Don't want that. Yeah, that's good. Keep that. And again, yeah, don't want that. Do want this. Center. Bye-bye. Cool spring water. Clear and fresh. Relax the breath. Open the body. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Center. Palms up. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alright. Sip of coffee. And we have 4 sets. We just finished set 14. You have Coiling Snake, White Snake sticks out its tongue, Leopard climbs a tree, and paying homage to the peaks. This morning, I'm going to skip Coiling Snake. We're going to work on White Snake sticks out its tongue. A little bit more work in the waist, similar to what we were just doing with Stir the Grass to Seek the Snake. Snake, right? Turning. And then we're going to stop. And we'll work on, I'm going to make some notes here. Next week, we're going to start with set 18, paying homage to the peaks. All right, I'm going to make sure that happens. All right, White Snake sticks out its tongue. We're here, up, 1, 2, 3, come across 1, 2, and 3. Again, the arm doesn't go beyond the shoulder. As I come across, it doesn't, and I'm not going back here, stops, right? Right there. I've turned through the waist and the hips and the shoulders so that it appears as though my arm and my hand have moved more than they actually have. Pay attention to that as we turn. This, double fingers, use the waist more than this. Okay? You see what I'm doing? You see what I did? Then turn here, right? Not this. Turn. Okay? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Relax the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Both hands up, palms up, and turn over. 1, 2, 3. Snake head. 1, 2, and 3. And relax through the back. 1, 2, 3. Come around. 1, 2, and 3. Sink and up. 1, 2, 3. Come across. 1, 2, and 3. And sink. Up. 1, 2, 3. Come across. 1, 2, and 3. Relax the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax the waist, relax the shoulders. Open the breath. Two more. Last time. And breathe in. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. All right. Relax for a second. As we finish practice today, I hope that the takeaway is that it's possible to develop the skill. It's a skill. 功夫, 一种功夫. Internal workmanship. 哪种功夫? To pay attention to what we have in the mind, 意. Pay attention to what we have in the heart, 心. Pay attention to what we want to cultivate. It's over here on this side, what I want, not what I don't want. Okay? It may not be 100%. Unfortunately, not 100% for me today. There were moments when it was really, I was doing pretty good. I kind of came back at the end of class. But as we practice, we do not want to cultivate that. I don't know any other way to say it, really. This is not what I want. Don't cultivate it. Don't practice. Seriously, I'm real serious. And I did this on Wednesday. I was late for class because I was not going to practice in a state of mind that was going to require me to cultivate something that I do not want. Not going to do it. Managed to not do it most of class today. And I'm really happy about that. And I think that as much difficulty as this has created for me and has been, the idea that we don't have to be subjected to it. That there are ways that we can cultivate something else so that we pay attention to what we want. Transform it. I'm using all this energy to think about the stuff that I don't want. Why am I using all this energy to think about something I don't want? Do you go out to eat someplace you don't want to eat the food? I don't. There's several places that I really don't want to eat their food, so I don't go there. It's easy, right? I don't want to eat this. This looks pretty good. And I use the example of fresh fruit. That fresh apple, fresh apricots. We can smell them. Seriously. I can smell that apple. That's a fresh apple. This is some stinky kind of thing. I'm going to get rid of that. This is nice. All right? The other aspect, and I'm going to talk about this just for a second and then we're going to go. The other aspect of this practice, that I'm offering a fruit. The intent behind that is that I have something that I've cultivated, that I want to give. I want to give. Not that I want to get rid of. Today it was get rid of. Right? I want to give this. Right? In that case, we need to be in a state of mind that there's something to give. I don't want to give somebody the bullshit. I don't want to contaminate somebody else with whatever this is. I want to give something nice. Little balance, maybe. Little centering through the body. Okay. All right? I want something that is pleasant to give. If I've got something that's not so pleasant, let me get rid of this. Alright? And that idea, that intent, matters. It matters for Qigong practice. It matters more for Tai Chi practice, with the idea that we have applications that are intended to get rid of something that we don't want. Most often an opponent that we don't want. Go. That intent behind the movement matters. Lots of talking today, not as much physical practice, not as much physical effort, but this is advanced class, first of all. And what I have talked about today is fundamental for complete practice. Practice isn't just getting the physical movements right. It isn't just getting the breathing and the physical movements connected. It's all of it. All of it. I will be back next week. Yang style Tai Chi on Monday. Wudang style Tai Chi on Tuesday. Wudang Tai Chi sword on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, Qigong. Foundations, the basic sets. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more next Thursday. As foundations, it's important. Hope you'll join me. Thank you.